We got our little hat on. Dr. Pepper. This is going to be a fun video. Wanna-be fun video. Let's start off with some Android conspiracy things. Why not? Let's bring this bad boy up. This is a conspiracy that I think is 100%. No, I'm just kidding. It's a fun one, and this is an Android conspiracy. There's a lot of people having issues with their game not loading or crashing or whatnot. So this is a person posted on Reddit. I don't like Reddit really a whole lot from a person who does content creation. But if you're like an average Joe, I think Reddit's okay. For me, at least, it's really hard to get any traction in videos. You know, all that. I don't want to get... Let's just freaking read this thing. Android conspiracy. So, this is by Duke of Chaos. So here it is. CG made this change to have this little issue with all the Android devices because 95%, I'm not sure if that's the right number, but a lot of the YouTubers use BlueStacks and Nox. Either one, really. And with this, they're not going to be able to do videos. I thought this was a funny one. I don't know if this is really the big issue. And people are like, what? It's actually happening. Oh no, oh no. It's not really. It's just, you know, a stretch. I just thought this was funny. Is CG getting back at the community for being so negative? Are they just being alpha and we're just like taking the runt of it? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was funny, though. It's not really an issue. This is just something they've always had an ongoing issue with. You know, that's just how things are. Okay, I thought that was kind of funny to point out here. CG getting at the content creators. And then the next thing, I'm not sure how I missed this in my Q&A. I did the insight one, the deep dive one. But this is about how many... Or, you know, it's around how many new First Order we're going to get. Or really, it says in this question, how many... or would there be a variety of the Rise of Skywalker characters? So yeah, there's going to be around 10. They say less than 10 actually of ships and characters. So not just only First Order. This is going to be Resistance as well. So now, the ones that I would really bet my money on that aren't going to be those Hux and the Stormtrooper. Well, I think it's kind of easy to kind of figure this out. Not because it's going to make them the most money, but because it's kind of needed in like the whole story of Star Wars. So the first one, outside of Hux, although Officer looks a lot like Hux, I think they could just, you know, reskin this guy, have a totally different kit that's better version of this. I don't know, probably not. But yeah, you're going to probably see a new version of Kylo for sure. And then also down here with the Resistance, you're going to see some new Resistance. Boom, Rey, a new Rey, more Jedi, which is good. Good for the light side TB. And really, any new Resistance content should be a good thing for this new TB, which I'm excited about. And I hope we get at least one, maybe two more Jedi. Don't know if that's even a thing. I've heard talk about Finn, having a new Finn in the game, and maybe he's going to have like a maybe new Jedi tech, maybe has some Force powers, I don't know. But a new Finn would be cool, and with that theory there, this is why I've got like my whole setup here more in a hat. I'm drinking some Dr. Pepper, it's my theory crafting time, it's my in-depth dive, my tinfoil hat. I don't have a tinfoil hat, but this is my tinfoil hat theory. They're going to have a new Finn, right? But you need Rose to unlock this new Finn in some way, because apparently, I didn't really watch all of The Last Jedi, but I think Rose, Tico, and Finn have some kind of, you know, romantic, you know, engagement with each other. I think something like that. So if I were to bet anything, I think Rose is going to be a huge part, not in particularly obtaining a new JTR or a new Rey, but probably with a new Finn. So out of Resistance, we're looking at two characters. One being a new Rey and one being Finn. I don't see them adding a whole new like droid, because I haven't seen many droids in the trailer. I don't see them adding a new Poe, although that would be pretty cool. Poe and Finn could be really cool. I don't think Poe has changed a whole lot ever since episode 7 though. So maybe they're gonna just kind of touch up his kit and then add a new Finn, because he's had more of an impact throughout this entire series. And for sure, Rey. Don't see Amilyn getting touched up or even worked on, neither pilot or trooper. Rest in peace, Major Tom. Although Major Tom is such a great character, guys. He's so fun to play with. But yeah, and I think you're going to get probably 2. They said less than 10, right? So let's just count it up. We're going to have a new Rey, probably new Finn, and then you're going to go to the ships, and all the ship stuff, you're going to get probably more ships. So let's just check out the ships. So resistant ships, we have really 3, only 3. So I can see maybe a new ship here, maybe 1 or 2, maybe new fleet, maybe with Holdo. We don't know. But First Order, for sure, going to get some love. First Order is going to be the highlight of this entire content, I'm going to assume. We already have 4. We're going to get Hux with his ship. I'm going to include that in the list of less than 10. And I would assume this new Stormtrooper is going to have one as well to make this faction very, very great. Because these guys aren't that long off of being the new meta. I think, or not really meta, but just being a part of the meta, you know, with the Negotiator, Malevolence, and even Thrawn, if you're going to use the Thrawn. This guy and these ships, they are so synergistic with their critical hits and advantage that I can definitely see this just owning a Malevolent ship with other crit avoidance. It just makes sense to me. And you add in Hux, you add in a new ship or 2, these guys will be very, very strong. I mean, everybody here provides extremely useful stuff. They just don't have a capital ship. That's like their main downfall. So if you want to be realistic, you got 2 ships here, probably 1 or 2 ships for the Resistance. That's 4 altogether for the ships. And then you come back to the characters. First Order, you're going to get probably a new Kylo. You're going to get Hux and the new Stormtrooper. That's 3. So we're already looking at 7. And then going back to Resistance here, guys, you're looking at 8 or 9, all surrounded up with a new Finn probably and a new Rey. If they add any new like just Resistance-esque characters, like a you know, a very, very defaulted trooper or a new pilot or anything like that, I just don't see that happening. It would have to be more of a themed character, like a more big-time character, like a Rose Tico, you know, Poe, stuff like that. But they already have Poe. I think that's going to make a lot more sense having a Finn. Okay, so that's where I'm thinking all this content and what we're going to get. If you guys really want to do anything in preparing yourself to reach these goals, Rose Tico's on the list for that. We've already kind of been over this. Rose Tico's on the list for that, getting a good gear level on all these Resistance. Back up to First Order, which I personally am going hardcore at right now. I got this guy Max. I'm going to hoard all his gear right now. But yeah, Kylo, I think, is going to be one of the big ones. Just, you know, pilots, I think, are going to be nice to have just in case they do throw us some of the ship stuff for events, like a legendary or something like that, like for getting Hux unlocked. I don't know. But that's just, you know, something you guys got to prepare for. This guy, Hux and Stormtrooper can drop literally any day now. And it wouldn't surprise me if these guys dropped next week at all. I think that would be very, very within the whole, you know, months of this, you know, or not months, but the weeks leading up to the movie, because Hux is already we already seen Hux in the game. We've been hinted, I think, and we might have seen already the Stormtrooper. So those can definitely be dropping anytime soon. But for like characters like a Kylo, like a new version of Rey, like those two, probably gonna be until after this month, just so that they don't spoil anything, because they never want to spoil something like this in a video game before it's even released into a movie. So if you want to play it safe with like what they're going to get before this month is over, it's going to be Hux, it's going to be probably some defaulted new troopers or anybody with these factions. So that's this part to the video. The last part is legendaries with some of these guys. Legendaries, in my opinion, we're going to probably get 1, maybe 2. If you guys want to play it safe, I would probably get like a new Rey, some sort of new Rey or Kylo. Still, that's why I'm thinking probably not going to get this month because I don't want to spoil anything too much. But all this stuff will lead towards a new raid. This next ship raid, guys, in my opinion, won't be all ships. It won't be all ships because I think there's not a whole lot of ships in the game right now to make that even a real like legit thing. You only really have like 3 or 4, you know, actually strong capital ships. Tarkin and Endurance are not very good. They just aren't. So they need to add, you know, another Hux, another Resistance. But even then, I still think it's going to kind of be a little bit, you know, lackluster. So this next ship raid, in my opinion, and what I'm thinking of, is going to be centered around, yeah, some ships, but still having characters in there. So, like, let's say a phase is going to be, like, some characters. Next phase, you're up in the air, and in space, you're fighting some other fleets. And then you come back to the ground and finish all up. I think that could be a really, really cool and fun game mode. And then you work this next entire year because they have a huge focus on ships, and you make the next year of SWGoH a lot more in-depth and more targeted towards ships to lead up to the end of the year for next year, a Death Star raid. A Death Star raid is something we've all been wanting for a very long time, and it wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if they return to the Rebel content and the original trilogy content for next year. We get more pilots, we get more characters, 9 nub, you get some more reworks for the Rebels. I mean, it's just so much fun stuff, guys, and I think this is a really cool thing to talk about and to kind of speculate a little bit. Speculate, I guess, is the word there. But I just think this game, it's a fun game still, guys. I always like saying this at the very end of my videos. It's a fun game. I still like the game a lot. Just hold on there. Hold on to your drinks, your hats, all your stuff. Don't fall off the board just yet. This light side TB is destined to last at least 2-3 years. And that's a good thing, in my opinion. It's a good thing. It might suck right now for most people, but it's a good thing for me and in my guild, at least. I think it's going to not have a short-term effect on the game. It's going to have a long-term effect, which is a good thing for the game. And the next year, it's going to be a lot of fun, in my opinion, with new players, new content, new modes, all that sort of jazz. Thank you guys for watching the video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, share it around, and if you are new here, feel free to sub. I like doing some of these videos, just chatting about stuff in the game, and this was today's video, one of those things. We do have new memberships for the channel if you guys want to help and support me there if you do feel inclined. Also, Patreon is another way to do that same thing. And we have a Discord channel as well down in the description below. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I will check you all later.